Hey, how are you doing? It's Mikey here. Today, I want to show you the 30-day fully booked plan. It is the quickest way that I know for you to completely restart and kickstart your artist career in just 30 days. Here's the thing. I know from speaking to a lot of DJs without agents or managers that you can feel invisible. You're reaching out to promoters and getting ghosted, or worse, you haven't got the wherewithal or you just haven't got yourself to a point where you're able to reach out yet. You don't want to be selling yourself. You don't want to be promoting yourself. You have no audience maybe. You have no connections. You have no gigs on the calendar. But here's the truth. Being fully booked, it doesn't take luck. It doesn't take selling out. It just takes a system. And once you have this system in place to do the right series of things in the right order, you can go from being quiet and sitting around to being fully booked. And you can do it. You can make a big change really quickly. In fact, inside 30 days. Let me show you this stuff's not just theory. We have Yost Lane. Started with us a couple of years ago. Hadn't really got any gigs to account for at the time. This summer, signed with Afterlife and playing Universe main room with Anima. So he has come an awful long way. Dark Horse started again a couple of years back. No real gigs to shout about. This summer, won Ushuaia and Ant's next gen competition, flew over and is now doing a worldwide tour. Had been signed to Darius's label before that, came second in the Elro contest last year, absolutely smashing it. Stone Van Brooken, he's been using the system. When he started with us, he was playing, a gig every 2 months, local gig in his hometown in Paris. Now, he's full-time touring artist with an agent in the States, an agent in Europe, an agent in Asia. Quite the glow up. And like my favorite, this one, John Willender Lambrell. He was a student that I didn't even really see on the calls. He mailed me apologizing after he'd been with us for 2 months. 18 gigs in his first month with us, which, as he said himself, was insane. Just putting the systems to work. So I want to show you so you can do it too, okay? This was a problem that I had to solve for myself initially. This is where I started. This is Donegal in Ireland, the middle of nowhere, no nightclubs for, or no decent nightclubs for hundreds of miles. And my problem was I was stranded. Maybe you feel stranded. I was completely disconnected from dance music. I didn't know anybody. I hadn't one single connection. I had nothing to offer them. I had no audience. I had no music. I had nothing. I was completely stranded on my own island and I really didn't know how I was ever going to get into the industry at all. This is ChatGPT's version of me. And really what my discovery was to learn about the marketing side of the music business and to learn specifically strategies around audience building and content and networking and pairing them all together to build myself a career inside dance music. And I mean, because of that, I ended up, on the Wonderground boat for Space Closing with Carl Cox. I ended up working with all of the nightclubs in Ibiza. I live in Ibiza now full time. I had Wonderground, which we used the tactics that I'm about to teach you to grow one of the biggest audiences in the world, 2013, 2014, 2015. There you have Scream playing our Garden Shed, Guy Gerber playing our boat. That's our ambulance at Elro, Belgium. I grew Ibiza Club News, which over 1 million followers. That's my name on the flyer for Space Closing Party. And we work with every single club on the island. And we get to do amazing events, from my own residency in High to, you'll see the Elro residency, Elro Town in London. Then a lot of these flyers are just from this summer. You have the Cafe Mambo takeovers we did. We have the Pikes Presents residency that we did up in 528. There's the Sasha and Digweed gig. The Josh Baker, You and Me gigs, the Max Dean gigs. We had the Brunch Electronic stuff with Adriatique, or the Ministry of Sound takeover, the Fuse takeovers. It just, you name it, we were able to work with them. And I want that for you too. And you get to travel the world and do great things, okay? Here's why I'm sharing this. When you started DJing, I'm sure you had lots of dreams, right? You wanted to headline the big gigs. You wanted to play the big clubs. you wanted to tour the world and do great things. And when I came to Ibiza first, I seen a lot of DJs that would come to the island with that hope. They would come to the island for the season thinking, this is it, I'm going to go all in. And there were on a DJ level, they were just as good as some of the headliners playing, but they didn't understand the content game. They didn't understand how to market themselves. They didn't understand the networking game. And quite often they would go home like this with their tail between their legs at the end of the season, and they wouldn't try again. And you might see them in a day job 2 years later, kind of not DJing at all, just kind of giving up on it. And I hate that. I absolutely hated that. Okay. And so I started teaching people, and I started developing these systems in order to let DJs have the kind of results that you want to have. Because like your socials might be quiet. You might spend hours making music and not get it signed. You might reach out to promoters and get ghosted. You might be trying every single thing that you can to get results and just have none of it work, Maybe the gigs aren't coming in. And it's just, you're just wondering, will it ever work? Is this ever going to work for me? Does that resonate with you? And so the thing is, it's not really your fault. A lot of the time we're sold a lie. As an artist, we're told, network. And you're like, what does that mean? Like, how are you supposed to walk into a room and just meet everybody? How can you meet everybody that you want to book you? It's a really hard thing to do. Have you ever thought that? You're like, network. What does that really mean? How are you going to walk into a nightclub and just meet the owner of the club and just make friends with them while everybody else is trying to do it? And then how do you do that with every single club? So I understand if you've been told that, and it's tough. Or, they say, just put yourself out there. What does that mean? It's like giving somebody like a destination and no map. No destination and no map. Just put yourself out there. What does that mean? Just leave the house and try and meet? Like, what does that mean? How that's not actionable. Or they tell you, look, just release tracks, get signed with a big label. Once it blows up, you'll tour the world. And that's a lotto ticket. Like, out of the thousands and thousands and thousands of tracks released every day, week, month, how many blow up really and create touring artists? Almost none. A tiny little handful. It's a lotto ticket. And so I'd ask you, like, what does fully booked mean to you? Is it one great gig a month? Is it touring the world? What does it mean for you? Because what it means to me is I would like every DJ that wants to do it. If you want to be involved in the music industry, I think every DJ should have a sustainable career. I think it should be open to everybody, doing exactly what you want to do on your own terms, playing the clubs that you want to play, releasing the music that you want to release, meeting people, networking, having the fun stuff without having to beg promoters to let you on the pitch or beg labels for a reply or sell your soul or do TikTok dances or sell tickets or any of that nonsense. My goal is to try and make DJs, stand on their own 2 feet and let them walk their own walk without needing permission from anybody else. So with that in mind, what does fully booked mean to you? If you were fully booked, what would that look like? Like, what do you actually want to achieve? And so let me show you very quickly how we get acts booked and how you can do it in just 30 days. You're not going to book out your entire schedule in 30 days, but you're going to make the progress. You're going to completely turn it around and have the best month of your life, okay? If you just follow this process. There's 3 things really that stop acts getting booked, and 3 things that you really need to focus on to turn this ship around. The first thing you're going to need to do if you want to make this happen is you're going to have to start to create. Because they say it's all about socials and they say it's all about audience, but really what that means is you need to create. You need to put something out into the world. And you're an artist, so that shouldn't be a problem, whether it's mixes, whether it's DJing on socials, whether it's your productions, whether it's your remixes, whether it's whatever it may be. We need to get you creating so that the people that can book you can quickly understand that you're an artist that takes things serious, that you're an artist that they should have on their lineup, that there's somebody that they want to work with. And fans should be able to understand why they should follow you, why they should get involved, why it's important to pay attention. Okay? Now, let me just zoom back out. The goal here is to get you fully booked before we start any of this, okay? And I mean, there's if I can get you fully booked, there's 3 important things that we want to pull from that. Gigs, obviously, is the obvious one. If I can get you gigs, if we can get you as many gigs as you want and you just get the pick of it, well, then that's a goal worth striving for. Also, fans. Like, people talk about audience, they talk about views, they talk about likes, they talk about followers. All that is really nonsense. Not that it's nonsense, but what you really care about is fans. People that actually pay attention. People that when they see you, they immediately want to watch it. They want to listen to your mixes. They want to come to your gigs. They want to buy tickets. They want to buy your merch. Actual fans. And today's day and age with the algorithm, you can build that. And we're not talking about reach here or views. Think about it like, am I in Piers Morgan, when he looks at the views of his videos, am I a view? I'm one of the view. So I'm technically his audience because I've seen his stuff. Am I a fan? No, I'm not a fan. So just because you have views on a video doesn't mean you have fans. I'm talking about people that love you, would buy your ticket, would follow you, care about you. And everybody can have that, okay? And then the third thing is fun, because you didn't get into this career just for money. If you did, you're nuts, okay? You want to do the fun stuff. You want to tour. You want to meet people. You want to have a community around you. You want to do the fun stuff. It's a passion. It's not just a career. It's also a passion, okay? So in order to do that, we got to start by creating. The next thing we got to do after that is we got to start connecting, because all of the opportunities that you want, they're already out there. All of the gigs you want to play, they're already being run by people. The labels you want to sign to, the labels already exist. All the opportunities that you want, you don't need to create them. They're out there. The fans that you want, they're already born. You don't need to build an audience. It's out there. You just need to go and get it, okay? And that means connecting. And you've got to understand who are the people locally, nationally, and internationally that are booking acts just like you at your level or the level above. Who has the gigs for you next year, the year after, and the year after that? Who has the signings for you next year, the year after that? Now, we want to have them all in our world. We want to connect with them as much as possible. And there's a system that you can do to do that. And that's all very well and good. You can have your content and it can be going out and people can understand the type of artist that you are. And then you can connect with them on a regular basis. And because they're able to get a judge of the artist that you are, because you're putting out the content, the system's working. Content's going out, the audience is building, you're connecting with people on a regular basis, promoters, artists, labels, bookers, and it's all working. But have you ever seen those artists that do that? Or maybe you've been in that situation and still the gig doesn't happen and you're thinking, I'm in here, but they're not asking me to play. Well, that's when we need to add the last bit, which is the confirm. You need to have a system to make sure that you're confirming the gigs, you're confirming the signings on a regular basis, that you're actually making them happen. Imagine if a farmer went out and planted loads of seeds and then just forgot in spring to go and dig them all up and was wondering where all the vegetables were. Well, you didn't go and harvest. And that's what the confirm is about. It's not their job to ask you. It's your job as the artist. If you don't have a booking agent, you don't have a manager, you are the booking agent, you are the manager. You got to go and confirm the gigs. Get them yourself, okay? Now, here's how we do this. There's a really quick system. I'm not going to run, I want to keep this video short. So let me run you through the 9 steps that you need to do here, okay? So if you're going to create, the things that we focus on are frameworks, okay? When it comes to social, specifically within the 30 days inside Launchpad, it's about getting content out on a daily basis that the algorithm wants. We're going to feed the algorithm exactly what it wants. Don't worry about all the bad press that the algorithm gets. Really, the algorithm is just the audience and what the audience wants. And if you feed it it will give you views. Instagram will give you views these days, okay? And so the first thing we want to do is have frameworks so that we know exactly what we're going to post, and we can do it again and again and again. So we have a series that we can post, and we can post it into infinity, the same kind of posts. So we're not stuck for what to post each day. There's 9 frameworks for DJs that are really smashing it at the minute. The next thing we want to do is build a habit. Okay, you want consistency. We want to be doing on a daily basis, because if you post on a daily basis, you can train the algorithm as to the type of people that are consuming your content, and it's going to show it to non-followers. It's going to show it to them in their droves, okay? But if you're posting infrequently, it can't do that, okay? So we're going to build the habit, we're going to batch the content, and we're going to post it daily. The next thing that we're going to do then is we're going to level it up, because you can see inside Instagram, it'll tell you exactly what it needs you to change in order for your content to go viral. Which posts are being watched past the 3-second mark? What's the average watch time? What are the things that you need to tweak? And together inside Launchpad, what we do is we change the hooks, we change the middle, we change the payoffs. We look at all the different things inside your content that we can tweak in order to get it to go viral. Because these days, as you know, your feed isn't people that you follow. Not mostly. It's an interest-based algorithm. And so if Instagram can find people that are interested in your content, it will show it to them in droves. And that 3-step system helps us to do that. When we're connecting with people, again, we got 3 things that we're going to do. First off, we're going to pick our people. Because if we're going to be connecting with people, we don't want to do it randomly. We want to know who has the gigs for us, who is booking acts just like us. What's the name of the venue? What's the name of the event? How often does it happen? What's their name? What's their Instagram? What's their email? We want to know exactly who they are. We've got AI tools now that does this. DJs had to do this manually before, and it was a nightmare. Now we've got AI tools that builds it all for you. But whatever you do, you've just got to get a list of people that you know are right to book you, and you got to focus on them. The next thing we do is we build our leverage. Now this is tougher to do inside the 30 days. Leverage is like, why are bookers booking you? When you reach out, why are they going to book you ahead of other artists? And there's things that you can do to stack it in your favor so that it's a no-brainer to book you. If you have a radio show with a big audience that's syndicated globally, if you have a newsletter that's going out to an audience each week, if you have a mix series with loads of big guests on a regular basis, if you have an audience, a social audience that's doing really well, all of those things are leverage that put you ahead of the other artists, because you can help the promoter promote, which is what promoters want. And then next up, you got to break the ice. If you've ever reached out to a promoter and you've asked for a gig straight away and they've ghosted you, it's the equivalent of running into a bar and asking somebody to marry them on the first date. Like, the odds are most people are going to say no or ignore you, you know? But if you just take your time, break the ice, and take it slowly, you've got a better chance. And so what we do is we just break the ice. We just get things rolling. There's ways of doing it, but don't go straight in for the kill. Maybe 1 out of every 1,000 gigs you might book, but in general, you're going to book gigs much quicker just by breaking the ice and using your leverage, okay? And we build that straight away, okay? And then the confirmation side, we want to ask the question. When it comes down to it, and you've done a bit of breaking the ice, we don't want to do that forever. We want to ask for the gigs, and we want to do it in a way that makes the booker want to book us. We don't do it by saying, hey, can I play a venue? Can I play a gig? Can I play a set? Whatever. We're not asking. We're going to bring them an offer. We use the offer system, and we bring them an offer that they can say yes or no to. And this works way, way better, okay? Because you're going to bring them something they're interested in. Next up, you want to follow up. Most of your initial asks are going to be no's. Most of your bookings are in the follow-up. And we're going to set that follow-up. If you reach out to a booker and you ask to play a gig and they say no and you never follow up, well, you just told that booker that you weren't really that interested. If you follow up and stay in touch and do it in the right way, you're showing them that you really do want to play the venue, and that's a respect thing. And next, we do the DIY thing. There's loads you can do to immediately get yourself playing your own events, your own YouTube pop-ups, your own counter clubs, your own collabs with other people, your own gig swaps really, really quickly. Now, if you do those 3 things, if you do those 9 things, you are going to be fully booked. Now, inside the 30 days, we're able to tackle quite a lot of that. If you do this wrong, I mean, if you don't connect, if you do the connection thing wrong, you don't connect with enough bookers, you're not going to have any opportunities. Okay? That's like, don't connect, no opportunities. That's just the way it works. If you don't create, you're going to have no audience. And if you don't do the confirmations, you're going to have no bookings. And really, if you're somebody that right now has no opportunities, no bookings, or no audience, you're probably not doing these 9 steps here, and that's why. So, let me ask you, why are you actually here? Why are you watching this video? Are you getting ghosted? Are you experiencing some of the things that we've seen here? Are you doing all of the 9 steps that we just talked about? If so, you've got 2 options. I mean, you can take the slow option, which is DIY it, figure it all out, or you can take the fast option and get as much of this as possible done inside just 30 days. It is possible. Let me show you. Now, first off, it's not for everybody. If you're somebody that doesn't like a challenge, if you don't like getting stuck in, you don't like guidance, you don't like trying to get a lot of shit done in one go, maybe it's not for you. If you're just starting out and you're not really that fussed, or if you just want to keep things as a hobby, if you're not really that interested about playing, the bigger gigs and playing quite often, if you're happy as you are, it's not for you. If you're not into content and you don't really care about growing an audience or getting your socials going, it's definitely not for you, okay? It's designed to help DJs change everything in 30 days or less. And it's built on Fully Booked. If you've been following me for a while, you've seen me bang on about Fully Booked. It's how we've been getting all of the acts that I showed you earlier and everybody booked for the last couple of years. It's normally $2,997. That's the price of Fully Booked for 6 months. Launchpad is $295 for 30 days, and it's built on the Fully Booked system. We install Fully Booked, and we run it as a challenge, okay? We're halfway through the first version of Launchpad right now. I mean, we're seeing posts like this. Look, can I share a win? One of my reels has over 8,000 views. I normally get about 500 to 100. And I've had 250 new followers in the past 2 weeks. It's working, keep going. Like, it's that quick to turn around when you do it right. Margarita, Mikey's a legend, just follow the orders, and I'm chatting with artists Pete B and Doug Crawford, and now they follow me. So she's in this stage where she's doing the outreach to artists and labels. Lewis, TikTok just blew up 57,000 in a day, and he just launched it. These are the kind of things that happen when you start doing things quickly. And now bear in mind, these are at the early stages. They haven't even started reaching out to promoters yet, okay? Castro and Pollux, they installed this system. They were playing no gigs when they started with us during COVID, and they're still with us, playing. They played 5 of the top 10 clubs in the world. They're touring the world. They're signed to Revealed, millions of monthly streams, flying all over the States for decent fees. You have Salvione. I mean, you can see here, this screenshot is actually from 2023. He had signed up to Fully Booked a year before, followed the system. This was his first gig in Ibiza. I mean, this year, he played 13 high-level gigs in Ibiza. He flew over from New York 4 times, playing, Cafe Mambo, playing Pikes, playing Kaluki, playing Josh Baker, playing Next Up with the Max Dean guys. You name it, he played it this summer. Here's the deal with Launchpad. It's results or your money back. It works like a challenge. So when you get in, it's not just training. So it's not a case that you're just going to learn. We did that before, and it was really successful. But I like a challenge. And so the way it's structured is you get 1 module a day, every day, Monday to Friday for 4 weeks. You get the weekends off. The modules are 10 minutes on average. Okay, so it's 10 minutes a day, Monday to Friday. You get the weekends off. All you got to do is take action. It's post 1 reel a day using our format. We make it really easy for you. We show you exactly what to do. We give you the frameworks. We give you the templates. All you got to do is post it. And then we get you to do a little bit of outreach. each day for the last 21 days. We make it super easy. So it's the easiest thing in the world. And then you end with results. And if you don't get results, you get your money back. And so it's not a course, it's coaching, and it's a challenge. The idea is at the end of the 30 days, you'll know exactly what to do and you'll have done it. And you'll finish the program with results in the bag already. Here's how to get started. Details are on the screen. It's $295 for the 30 days. Down below, somewhere down below, you'll see a link to register. We kick off on the 1st of the month, okay? And when we kick off, the doors are closed. And so the doors come down 1st of the month. If you're in, you're in. And if you're not, you're not, okay? I'm not sure if we'll do it again. Let's see. But if you want to join us, all of the details are down below. 30 days of action on your behalf, little bits of training, our support the whole way through. And I mean, what's there to lose? It's risk-free, results, or your money back. So get yourself into the link below. Let's see you in the next Launchpad, and let's see what you're made of. Let's see if we can get your socials rolling. Let's see if we can get your bookings rolling. Let's see if we can get your connections rolling, your audience rolling inside 30 days. All right, see you in Launchpad.